Welcome back to AWE TV. My name is Mark Pizer, and with us is Ebbe Altberg, CEO of Linden Lab. Ebbe, thanks for coming to AWE TV.
Pleasure.
So people know really well what Linden Lab does through Second Life.
Second Life has been quite in the news over the years, and it's still going strong.
And you guys are working on something new coming up?
Yeah, we spent the last 2.5 years building a completely new platform from the ground up to enable all of us to be able to create and share, own virtual experiences where we can have social interaction with whomever we want to invite to our experiences.
And this is kind of a new, not a new thing, but it's one of the more interesting angles of VR, the social experience.
Yeah, we believe that VR, to be truly interesting and powerful, needs to be social. There's a huge amount of complexity that comes with that. You basically have to build an MMO tech stack, which for most people that want to have those social experiences for whatever reason, just can't afford to build that, or don't have the technological expertise to do that.
Resources.
So we try to do all the difficult parts so that you can then create virtual experiences on top of that without requiring sort of engineering resources and those kinds of skills.
And you were giving a talk here at AWE, user content generated.
Yeah, I spoke here an hour ago about the importance of allowing all of us to be able to create and own and share virtual experiences, especially as it goes social. Just like we have our own homes, our own identities, our own office space, all these different places that we participate, whether it's school or church or work, whatever. All of those are going to be impacted by VR over time.
And we want to have our own unique experience, so we want to kind of bring things that we want into our experience to express ourselves.
Yeah, my style, my flavor, just like my home feels comfortable to me because of the way I furnished it and what music I play and the art I have on the walls. I want it to be mine. And there's also a lot of different unique use cases once you get into education and health and entertainment. And so there's going to be a lot of variety, but a lot of the basic building blocks are the same across all of these, and that's what we are supplying.
You guys supply the building blocks. You enable people to come in, want to have a social experience, connect with individuals, express themselves with different, let's say, content, 3D models, skins, ways to make their experience unique, but for others, interacting with them in the VR world to identify them? Is that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Roughly?
So, I mean, just like you guys created this space, and you created your identity here, and you have this whole setup, and you invited me to this space, and we're having a social interaction. This will happen in VR all the time in the future for all the reasons that humans do that all day long, whether it's around the Thanksgiving dinner around the table, having dinner conversation, playing chess with your friends, going to school, going to work. All of these things are basically humans coming together, having social interactions in unique environments that are optimized for that type of interaction. We want to enable all of those experiences to be possible.
You had mentioned education, healthcare. How are those experiences going to be different, or is it going to be a different mode of interactions for them?
No, it's not a different mode. It's just that they will create a different environment with different types of interaction. In the classroom, I might have a whiteboard or a screen where I show videos and information, and maybe I have lessons and class lessons that people go through, students go through. Maybe in a training environment, I want, like in Second Life, nurses are being trained to triage patients, and they have to learn to use the equipment and interact with the equipment using their controllers in the future, and feeling like they really are learning the stuff that you're doing it in real, because the human brain does not really distinguish between the virtual and the physical space. It's equally real in both. So the ability to train and learn and teach is extremely powerful, and that, whether that's corporate training or classroom, it's really the same kind of activity. It's human interaction with some interactivity within the environment that's optimized for that.
Gotcha. And how did you guys get to this point, I mean, what's the mission here that drives you every day? You guys are going to work every day to build this. Like, what's
Well, our goal is to help people connect all over the world in powerful ways that improve their lives and give them opportunities to simplify their life, because I don't have to travel, or help me experience something that I otherwise couldn't. Like, I can time travel. I can go to the Colosseum in Rome back in the day and see what it was like. That's way more powerful than just reading about it.
Right, or seeing an image of it,
or seeing a video or a video. So. And it could be anything from something that tries to replicate what you would associate as something in the physical world, or it can be something that you could absolutely not do in the physical world. Like we have meetings on Mars, so you can play with it, and then you can go to the extreme end of art and fantasy and get really creative. Yeah. And so. We've seen that full spectrum of Second Life over the decade, and we just want to take it to a whole other level and a much more scalable form with Project Sansar going down the road. Okay, great.
Where do you see this leading? I mean, when can we have this? When can we experience it? Beta form, even?
Yeah. So we just a couple of weeks ago opened up for people to apply to get access, early access.
Okay. That's still open.
We call it a creator preview.
Okay.
People can still apply. We already have thousands and thousands of people that have applied to get access. They will get access starting around early August to be able to come and create experiences with a community of creators.
Okay.
And then we're targeting the end of the year or early next year to be available to the general public to come and consume those experiences and create their own experiences and start, having social interaction in VR.
This reminds me of the books that we've been reading, Ready Player One, Snow Crash.
Yeah, a lot of people that come by and get a demo of what we're doing sort of instantly say, have you read Ready Player One? I'm like, I've read that.
That's the Bible.
Yeah, and so, the Oasis was created by one organization for everybody else to participate in. We're a platform that allows everybody to create something, and then they can choose how to interact and to share and to teleport amongst those experiences.
Okay.
So
you mentioned teleport. What are some other features that you guys kind of have on the roadmap?
Well, there's spatial audio, so that you can really tell who is talking from where, and it's fun. We just play hide and seek, and when someone starts talking, you know where they are. You can find them. There's obviously all the rendering of 3D models. You can play a media, whether it's sort of YouTube videos on the screen or be inside of a 360 video with other friends. So it's a mix of CG and streamed content that you can bring in, and then the whole avatar system for customizing your avatar, and obviously supporting PC, but also the Oculus and the HTC Vive,
different formats,
and the controllers, so that you can actually create inside of VR, as well as sort of interact with other people in VR.
Okay. And with controllers, that adds a nice angle, so you can interact more. For those who don't have that, if you're Samsung Gear VR,
you can use an Xbox controller or the keyboard and mouse if you're just on a PC. But if you really want to get the full meal, then you want independent hand controllers like the Oculus Touch or the HTC Vive controllers, because it makes a huge difference.
Oh, absolutely. Tried the HTC Vive, and that was the oh crap moment for me with VR.
Yeah.
Very cool. What do you guys expect to kind of show or talk about by next year?
Well, by next year, we've been in the market for solid, several months or quarters.
You plan release maybe early next year.
At
AWE.
that point, it'll probably maybe talking more about what are some of the early successes of creators and what types of creations are working, and what's next on our roadmap. Because we'll learn a lot from getting access to all these users and what do they want, what do they do, what doesn't work, what works, and we'll be able to bring a lot more sort of learnings from this new platform, rather than, we have a lot of learnings, more than anybody, thanks to Second Life.
Absolutely.
But Sansar is going to give us a whole new set of learnings with regards to VR.
Okay.
And it'll probably be real fun to come here and talk about what those learnings are and where we go from there.
Cool. Well, I can't wait to attend those and see and listen, hear what you guys came up with, and how you guys course corrected, and we're going to get the Oasis.
Yeah, and I look forward to seeing what experience you will make, and
Sure.
you can invite me over, and we'll play some chess and
we'll connect in
have a
VR.
chat. All
Great.
right.
Thank you, Ebbe.
Pleasure.
Thank you. So, thanks for joining us at AWE TV. Ebbe Altberg with Linden Lab. Thanks.